Alright, here's the thing. The Airbnb that Ali is renting from her cousin's cousin, we are being kicked out in one day, and currently, my plan, I got two plans. We go stay at the airport, a nearby small airport, and like literally sleep in the public area. Not the best idea, but there is free coffee. My life as Ava recently moved across the country, so the girl, she moved west coast to east coast as well. I'm moving from Oregon to Atlanta. Even just saying that sounds insane, because I'm like, why are you doing that? Which is what everybody's been asking me. But she was saying something like, you know, she wanted to pull up in the city with her hair did, her nails done, her makeup, her outfit popping. I've been living in these cargo pants for my work uniform, and this is a situation we're at right now. No idea why. Well, I like nervously like ripped this off, so there's that. I feel like, hi Beam. I have not had breakfast. We went to a concert last night because I got the tickets like 2 months ago, but wake up at like 4:30, 4:45 a.m. I dropped her off at work, and then now I'm going to work, but I kind of make my own schedule. I only have one student today because it's actually rainy. It's a little bit stormy in Atlanta right now. And Nico recently came out with a new song, and one of the lines goes something like, I don't need gravity, I just need growth.
It's interesting because I don't want to grow roots, I want to grow wings. I feel like the thing that held me back the last year was gravity. I was holding myself back the most, and your comfort zone. Nathan Zed recently made a video on this as well.
I feel like that really resonated with me. Ali sent me this over Instagram a couple days ago, but we've been sending each other things back and forth because we've doubted our decision to move a lot because it has been hard, but just because there's resistance doesn't mean that it was the right decision or the wrong decision. Just like how people say, just because you made a right decision doesn't mean that you're not sad sometimes. Like when it comes to cutting people off, or when it comes to moving, or when it comes to saying bye to old relationships to make way for new ones.
This Dutch Bros apartment tour here, baby. Dutch Bros on Cargo Road in Portland is open 24 hours, and they make the best drinks. I've been to many Dutch Bros, and trust me, this location makes the best drinks. I studied for flight instructor here while I was waiting to hear if I was fired from my job or not. So many memories are at this Dutch Bros. I also came to celebrate at this Dutch Bros after my last 2 check rides. I almost got a job here when I was unemployed for a bit during 2022 and 2020. It's been a time. It's been a journey. It has been 5 years of flight training.
I was just thinking that the most rewarding thing ever is to be able to tell my managers and to tell people that saw me studying off the clock on break, and be able to tell them that I got a job as a pilot and I'll be leaving. Like, to be able to tell that to him, one of my managers who really supported me, and his face, he was so proud of me and he was so excited for me. One of the best conversations I've ever had in my life, because it's like the accumulation of years of hard work finally paying off, and like that one moment where he was like, you did it, you're gonna go fly in Atlanta. And I was like, yeah, I am. And I was like smiling so big. All our tags from all the jobs we've had, like I have to return her IKEA badge as well, because this might be one of the last times I actually film a video on Tina, because I have to sell her. They don't take rebuilt titles in Georgia, and let me tell y'all, this is a rebuilt title. But this car and I have been through so much and almost died so many times and hit a record speed limit that I don't think I'll ever do in a car, even like a motorcycle. I can't take her with me, and I feel like it's that cheesy saying of your new life is going to cost the price of your old life, but that's kind of true, because Alejandra and I need to get rid of so much of our stuff in order to move to the East Coast, because it's a far move. So when we really talked about it, we're like, you know, it's more worth it to just get rid of it, start a new life. We both have jobs there already, and then just buy new stuff while we're there.
And welcome to the new whip. Actually, I haven't even named her yet. I haven't sold Tina. Like, it is a huge huge step in my life. I always wanted to move out of the city that I grew up in because I'm terrified, absolutely terrified of staying there my whole life.
Because ultimately, when I'm the happiest, it's when I'm learning, growing, exploring, adventuring, just so much growth. And if you think about it, when you were a kid, that's exactly what you did. You were constantly learning, exploring, adventuring, and then when you get older, it's kind of like we're just supposed to stop. I feel like in a past life, in another life, I probably would have been like a hunter or a gatherer, since I'm technically kind of vegetarian, or I would have been the explorer or the person that like runs to tell messages, or I would have been a cabin boy or something like that. So in today's modern world, modern life, how do you fit in when you're somebody who really loves to constantly be moving?
And it's been really hard because my friends, like everyone I know, is in Oregon, but technically not actually though.
As hard as it is to leave your friends, it isn't as if my friends are not all over the world already. One time our friend was FaceTiming us and she thought we were in an Airbnb and she's like, oh, where are you guys? Where are you traveling? And we're like, this is our apartment. We're gone so often that she didn't recognize our actual apartment in Portland. We have to catch our flight in like 45 minutes. Ay, ay, ay. Lost in the service.
I'm so ready to move somewhere warmer. I'm not ready to instruct because I don't think you can ever really fully be ready for that. And I think if I have what it takes, but I also know on the other end of that, I'm going into it kind of blindsided. I really don't know how it's gonna go. Moving to a completely new place and also starting a completely new job. But I'm extremely excited about it because this is what I was praying and fasting for.
For that, you really have to push yourself out of the nest. Literally, this is my job now. And how do you do that to yourself in real life? You do it scared. You do it unprepared. It is not just a saying, it is truly a whole lifestyle. So I was kind of thinking, well, if I don't say yes, I'm always going to be wondering about what would happen if I said no. And yeah, I don't know if I want to be a flight instructor, but the reality is, how do you know? You haven't done it yet. Have you, Yubiramia? You have not, my love. So I kept telling Ali and my friends and Genevieve and the people closer to me that I actually go to for advice, because there is so much unsolicited advice. I'm gonna say one thing, but also people were saying, well, you kind of like, you always have talked about moving out of Portland. I have been talking about it for a couple years, but felt like I couldn't because flight training kept me in Oregon, and the freaking nature and the ability to drink out of like the river. I'm a wild beast at heart. I truly am, and Oregon is pretty great to be able to do that. I always wanted to leave. I always wanted to go. You know, I'm whatever the opposite of a homebody is. Like we know is the motto, I gotta keep moving or I'll die, kind of like a shark. But I really noticed that. I was like, if I don't move, if I don't physically move, I'm going to go crazy. I feel like everything that I wanted to do, I did in Portland, and I feel like there's definitely things I'm going to miss, but I have to do it.
Rachel, say hello.
She's out. I am going through a lot of change in my life, but I like that. I really love that. Thrive under stress. I absolutely thrive under it. And I'm not going to stay in Atlanta long either because, to be honest, I just know who I am as a person. Nowhere really feels like home except the airport, and I felt like that for a very long time. And the really funny part about that is, what's really cute is almost exactly a year ago, and I was stressed out but also excited simultaneously because I didn't know what my future looked like at all. And I got the Puerto Rico transfer, but Puerto Rico would have been as a ramp agent, not as a flight instructor or as a pilot. So I was like, that's not really in alignment with my goals. So I declined that offer. I moved out of my parents' home into Portland last year in 2022, and I finished my CFI, and that was my goal. And I ran a marathon. I mean, just a couple other things that I added to the block. But praise God, we got it done. The primary bulk of my training, it's been 5 years. I got my private in 2018, and I feel like now I'm in the position where I can move if I want to. And I have job offers kind of all over the USA.
I'm chipping off my forehead, but it's okay because I got a lot to go around. Here's to you. Here's to me. Here's to the younger me that was like, I'm going to finish flight training and I'm going to get out of Portland. I'm going to apply all over the world. And I did. Honestly, I had to get out because of the weather. The weather, you know, With the aesthetically pleasing, minimal, millennial bougie, this applies to my age demographic. We're all trying to... 20 grams of protein? I see you. And 175 milligrams of caffeine? Wow, with that protein? Okay. Scurvy fears me every day. Okay, we're trying to romanticize it up in here a little bit. First up, we got the oatmeal in a cup. Okay. I used to love the oatmeal packets. These were actually my favorite. As a kid, I liked them more than candy. Like, I think I've always really liked carbs as a kid. Then we got the fresh berries. What? Are you kidding me? In today's economy, she's flexing with the fresh berries. I mean, come on. Come on. You already know what's up. Yeah, you know, imagine, work with me here, imagine getting exactly what you asked and prayed for and worked for and then complaining about it. Me, exactly me. So I'm trying to get myself out of my funk, first of all, with caffeine. Second of all, no, not that crusty energy, not that crusty energy. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do if I'm getting ready to go see the final apartment, because if this doesn't work out, I think we have to be out of the Airbnb room. We have to be out of there by tomorrow or Friday. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure, but I'm kind of like relax, because the reality is, you know, it is what it is. It truly is what it is, and we're gonna make it work no matter what. Also, I have a car that's insured, not to like brag or anything, but yeah, it's insured like at the cheapest option. Okay, and I just go to the office, and who do I ask for? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye. Okay, not a scam, first of all. Second of all, they're not lying about our credit. Well, we're approved. Ali applied and we're approved. But, y'all, like, I'm not gonna lie, it has been hard. I was really stressed out this morning. I've been stressed out a lot because of, I don't know, but the good thing is I'm not flying today. I'm not technically working, so I'm gonna go on my lunch break, and instead of eating lunch because I had a very late breakfast, I'm gonna go tour this apartment, and then I'm gonna come back to work and do some things on the computer, which is typically what I do, and get ready for my student tonight. I'm just gonna go during my lunch break really quick and dump some stuff off, pick up the keys on the lease, all of that, yada yada boom, bang a boom, and we're being kicked out of the Airbnb tomorrow morning. That's very spicy. Love the plot twist on that. To be fair, we both have been actively looking at apartments and looking at cars. We have been doing our research and doing our business, but we've had a lot of like scams happen to us, which sucks. It's super discouraging, as if moving to new cities isn't already hard enough. And then they're like, oh, just kidding, we're a scam. And you're like, okay, I guess I'll just, well, where was I going with this? So the other thing that's been happening to us is someone lied to us about our background. So when they did the background check, they ended up denying us, and that was a place I really wanted, and I don't know, they obviously didn't really want us there, and they were acting a little bit racist towards Ali, actually, so that's juicy. Disrespectful. We'll make it work. If we have to sleep in the car, we'll make it work. It has Bluetooth, so I'm kind of like romanticizing my life, coming back to the present, being grateful for all of it, because the reality is you can stay in Portland and be comfortable your whole life, or you can move somewhere, challenge yourself, and grow. And it's not like either one is easy. They're both hard, and the privilege to choose is a privilege, because I guess the reason I'm even talking about this in the first place, because I really considered leaving social media, like, completely, you know, like, leaving my old photos up, but just leaving social media and focusing on me, like, not really saying a whole lot to people. But then I was like, first of all, if you're hiding out of, like, shame or judgment or thinking what other people will think of you, that's garbage. But also, second of all, I did it. Like, we did it. Okay, and so you have to eat rice and beans for a little bit longer. Do you know the things that I have done in my life up until this point? I'm extremely blessed. I'm incredibly thankful. And also I'm a little bit lucky, because luck does have a certain element to do with life. And like I said, in today's economy, being able to have the privilege to choose to move somewhere and to be able to move is huge. I'm so thankful to my parents that they allowed me to stay with them. I've been here about 3 months in Georgia. Well, the first, 2 months, my parents let me stay with them and kind of get my feet up underneath me, if that ever actually happens. Your girl always be tripping, for real. I've been so clumsy lately. Anyways, so I got the car. I had money in savings for her. We need to name her. We need to name it. I want to go back to my 12-year-old self and just, bring her here and be like, heated seats, Bluetooth in your car, and you're flying for a living. Are you living? Are you thriving? Are you surviving? I would say there's a lot of rice and beans involved. I would say scurvy is a daily battle. However, it is a testimony. Like I said, I would do what I said I would do. I did what I promised to myself I would do. You are that woman. You are that chica. You are that woman that you always wanted to be and that you promised yourself you would be. I know it don't look like it. You know, we're working on it. Aesthetically on the outward appearance. But on the inside, I'm like, dang, I'm like really everything I've always wanted to be. So that's cute.
I always talk that fast. That's not because of the caffeine, just FYI. Kind of in a hurry because my student gets here actually in like 2 hours. I had something I had to announce. Oh, I got the apartment. We got the apartment.
But I'ma just be honest though, I gotta like immediately that caffeine hit and immediat. Sa minsko tine.
Whoever made this one needs a. This is already marked not for kids, so first of all.
I'm so sick of scams. I'm so like I have a bone to pick and a fist to throw with Zillow. I promise you, we have had so many scamming housing calls here. Like, y'all, it's the Wild West out here. I know it's the East Coast, but it's the Wild West.
After I got those photos, that footage of me on the log, a Karen came by with her husband and she was like, "You're not allowed to be there." And I'm thinking, ma'am, have you frolicked? I ignored her, first of all. But I'm like, I think you need to frolic. I think you need to frolic, my guy. What? In a bad mood at 8:30 a.m. on a Thursday? Go frolic with your ass.
It's really stunning to think how much we pay on rent. But anyways, that's a conversation between me and my wallet. Run, boy, run, as a wood kid would say. God got me this far, and Dutch Bros did. So they don't have a Dutch on the East Coast. They have a Dunkin' Donuts. So West Coast baby, born and bred.
I'm trying to get like you, my boy.
I am kind of in the forest flirting with plants. I've been awake for 5 hours with no breakfast. I think this type of behavior is acceptable and even maybe a little bit expected. My guardian angel, who works overtime every day.